everybody. In this video we will be dealing with the legal studies class 12 and the interesting chapter that is constitutional framework and related laws in India, which is in the unit 4 about human rights in India, and sub-chapter that is fundamental duties. Now tell me, you know what is duties, right? Fundamental rights have been given. Even we have some duties to follow, right? So what is the fundamental duties, or what are the fundamental duties? What do you know? To follow something, right? Yes, correct. The fundamental duties are defined as the moral obligations of all the citizens to help promote a spirit of the patriotism and to uphold the unity of India. These duties set out in the part 4A of the Constitution, which concern the individuals and the nation. Clear? Yeah. See. However, the fundamental duties of the citizens originally were not incorporated in the Constitution right from the beginning, but rather added to the Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act in 1976. Just remember 42nd Amendment Act. After that, what happened? It was added on the recommendations of the Swarna Singh Committee that was consulted by the government earlier that year, that is 1976. Secondly, when it was added, at that time there were only 10 in number. However, in 2002, the fundamental duties were increased to 11 by the 86th Amendment. Right? We deal with 42nd Amendment, then came the 86th Amendment. Now, the 11th fundamental duties added duty on every parent or guardian to ensure that their child or ward was provided the opportunities for education between the ages of 6 and 14 years. Now, what is so special, or what are the silent features of the fundamental duties? The fundamental duties cannot be enforced in the court of law for violation of the duties, and no one can be punished for the violation. But for fundamental rights, we can be punished, but not for the fundamental duties. Okay? Yeah. So secondly, fundamental duties contain standards to be followed by the citizens. And the third feature is they remind the citizens not to behave irresponsibly, but help building the free, democratic and strong society. Now we'll see what are the fundamental duties. As you were excited to know about the fundamental rights, you are excited to know about the fundamental duties. So wasting no time, let's go on the fundamental duties. First fundamental duty is to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. The second is to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired a national struggle for the freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Fourth is to defend the country and render the national service when called upon to do so. The fifth is to promote the harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending the religious, linguistic and the religion or sectional diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of the woman. The sixth is to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. The seventh comes is to protect and improve the national environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have the compassion for living creatures. The eighth is to develop the scientific temper, humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Ninth is to safeguard the public property and to abjure the violence. The 10th is to strive towards excellence in all the spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. And the 11th is who is a parent or guardian to provide the opportunities for education to his child, or as the case may be, the ward between the age of 6 to 14 years. The Supreme Court has ruled that these fundamental duties can also help the court to decide the constitutionality of the law which is passed by the legislature. Because besides there is reference to such duties in international instruments such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and Article 51A brings the Indian Constitution into conformity with these treaties. Moreover, in case of violation of fundamental duties which are enshrined in the Constitution by the citizen, including President, Vice President, Speaker, Parliament members, State Legislative members, etc., it amounts to the contempt of the Constitution, which is punishable under Prevention of Insults to National Honour Act 1971. Now, we'll deal with the relationship among the fundamental rights, directive principles and fundamental duties. The directive principles have been used to uphold the constitutional validity of legislation in case of conflict with the fundamental rights. Article 1C, added by the 25th Amendment in 1971, provided that any law which is made to give the effect to the directive principles in Article 39B C would not be invalid on the grounds that they derogated from the fundamental rights confirmed by Article 14, 19 and 21. The application of this article was sought to be extended to all the directive principles by the 42nd Amendment in 1976. But the Supreme Court struck down the extension on the ground that it violated the basic structure of the Constitution. The fundamental rights and directive principles, they have also been used together in forming the basis of the legislation for social welfare. There is a famous case law judgment about the Keshwananda Bharati case. Supreme Court, after the judgment in the Keshwananda Bharati case, has adopted the view of the fundamental rights and directive principles being complementary to each other, each supplementing the other's role in aiming at the same goal of establishing a welfare state by means of social revolution. Similarly, the Supreme Court has used the fundamental duties to uphold the constitutional validity of statutes which seeks to promote the objects laid out in the fundamental duties. And these duties, they have also been the obligatory for all the citizens subject to the state enforcing the same by means of a valid law. The Supreme Court has also issued the directions to the state in this regard with a view towards making the provisions effective and enabling the citizens to properly perform the duties.